Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you are finding it. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this will be for the week of May 13th to the 19th, 2024. So let's dive into it. We're going to pull 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So let's dive into it. I could talk for hours about each individual card in this tarot deck. I don't usually normally use it, so let's see what comes out for you. First card out is the 6 of Fire, or Air. 6 of Fire in reverse. Beautiful, and this is what it looks like upright. We see 2 people perfectly opposite but totally balanced, crossing swords in front of some sort of king or judge. So I don't know why I'm seeing some friendly competition here, and that friendly competition may be creating a lot of growth for you. Okay, so for example, you may be feeling very competitive with, let me use myself. I'm a tarot reader on the internet. I can look to other tarot readers on the internet and get so much inspiration from them, and also a sense of competitiveness of like wanting to grow my platform just like theirs. And I can take that spirit of competitiveness and I can not make it toxic at all. I can use it as a source of inspiration and wanting to grow. Another good example is Duolingo, if anyone uses it. I'm on Duolingo and I always check the leaderboard, or what are they called? They have like these almost like competitive things. There's different leagues and you compete with other people using Duolingo and you get more XP the more you practice, and I am like weirdly competitive about that. I'm like, I need to be number 1 in every single league, and I'm not usually, but still it's that sense of competitiveness that actually gets me to do the positive thing more. And so I am seeing that energy within you this week, and the only person you really should be competing with is the person that you were yesterday. Now this is coming out in reverse here, so I am wondering, Capricorn, if there are people who are viewing you as someone to compete with, but in a toxic way. Okay, so definitely pay attention to that energy, because you may be feeling very successful in some areas of life. You may have, you may be glowing, you may be thriving, you may be just, seeing this great amount of success for you. And I'm wondering if there's certain individuals in your energy that are viewing you as competition. Now, here's the weird thing. I feel like you're consciously aware of these individuals. What gets even weirder is I'm picking up that some of you, like, this is your own parents, your own mother or father, feeling like they need to compete with you, which is so weird and toxic, but that's genuinely, like, what I'm feeling. So whoever it is, like, I feel like you're already consciously aware of it, and it's not someone that you're, like, playing into their games, but you can still feel their energy, so that's very fascinating. We have the 8 of Swords, or 8 of Air, coming out as your next card here. This is what it looks like. Very fascinating. He has one sword pointed upright and then one down, bleeding into his hand, and he's chained up. See, this is what I'm saying. This tarot deck, it doesn't follow the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and there's so much symbolism in each card. And to me, the 8 of Swords can really show feeling trapped by your own ideas, your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Your own deadlines that you make for yourself for things. There may be certain projects that you want to finish by a certain time, certain commitments that you made for yourself. And now it's like really like you're a slave to those deadlines, you're a slave to those commitments, and it's stealing away from your happiness a little bit. And we see here his chakras are aligned very beautifully, some stronger than the others though. If you look closely, like the root chakra, solar plexus, they're a lot more flowing appearing than the others, but I don't know, guys. Try not to really be so strict on yourself when it comes to things like deadlines, when you want to complete things, what you're committed to. Like, it's okay to ebb and flow. It's okay if one day you don't feel like doing your meditation practice that you've been doing every day. It's okay if one day you don't study as hard on your language that you're learning. It's okay if you don't meet a deadline that hasn't even been announced yet. It's like these personal deadlines you're giving for yourself to like have your life organized together, and it's just stealing away at your happiness is what I'm seeing. I did drop a card. Let's see what that is. We have the Maiden. Wow, with the number 2. And we have this bunny here as well. This is obviously a card of fertility, and a lot of y'all are gonna be freaks this week. I don't know what to tell you. Pay attention. If you're not trying to get pregnant and you're in a heterosexual relationship of breedable years, pay attention to that, okay? Because risks are high here. But no, in reality, like, this is showing an immense amount of physical beauty and also internal beauty as well. I don't know why I'm like at a loss for words for your reading, which is so weird because for the first two readings, like, I was so focused, I was ready, and then I come to your reading and I'm just like stumbling over my words. I wonder if someone is stumbling over their words around you. Okay, they don't know how to interact with your energy anymore. And the funny thing is, this isn't just your admirers. This is also those people who are jealous of you or view you as competition. They don't know what to say to you anymore because you always have the best response. You always like immediately disengage and shut down their logic, their points, and you're very quick not to play into those games. And then for the people who admire you, they just feel like they're not on your level. So guys, I can just tell that there's so many Capricorns here that are really operating at like a very high frequency and accomplishing a lot of great things in your life, even if you don't realize it. That's the thing. Now, some Capricorns that may be, I don't want to say at a lower vibration, but may not be as evolved in life because you're younger or because of whatever reason. I'm seeing here just intuitively a question of where you're living coming through and a pressure to move somewhere else. And you may have thought like that you would have been moved out by this date already, but you're sort of stuck. I don't know why I'm seeing a lot of Capricornians living with family, living with parents, or in a situation like that, and saving, working to get out of that situation. And, there may have been some setbacks there. So it really depends on where you're at in life, because obviously that's not going to resonate for everyone, but definitely for everyone. I'm seeing there's something that you are just starting out on. There's a long road ahead for you. Okay, for some of you, it's, saving and making that move. For others of you, it is like a career thing, a project, a business that you're growing and making a lot of moves on. And there's so much like new, young, ripe minds around you. I am seeing younger people around you at this time, especially like in the career field. There could be things like interns or just freshly graduated people, if you do work with other people, that it's just really interesting to get their take on things, and you can use that to the benefit of, the company, of you, whatever. You don't have to view people who are younger or less experienced, quote unquote, as something that's like, oh, I have to deal with them, I have to put up with them. No, and in fact, when you view it in that way, you're really missing out on a golden opportunity to see things for how they are. You know what it is with your reading? There's so many distracting noises outside right now. Like, everyone out back was making so much noise, and then now out front, there is someone with the world's loudest weed whacker just going to town, and it is so obnoxious. I'm having a hard time focusing. I wonder if a lot of you guys will have a hard time focusing this week, because there may be certain distractions getting in the way here. I am getting something about frustrations with peace and quiet. Okay, so if you're living with other individuals, you may be getting a little bit frustrated because they're always home, they're always making a lot of noises. Or it could even be in the workplace, like you just don't have that much quiet or like privacy. And that could be why some of you are trying to move or save up, because, and I just heard honking outside as a confirmation for that, you just want to experience more peace and quiet. And you may have a vision in your head of living somewhere more secluded, surrounded by beautiful nature, having like a yard, just very serene, peaceful energy for you to really just focus on your creative developments and ideas, because it feels like where you're living or where you're located, it's not really fully aligned with that. There could be so many sounds, distractions, everything all around you. A lot of you will do a lot better in nature anyways. I mean, you're Capricorn, so that's a given. But it's really interesting. I don't think your work or living situation is very super compatible, even if you think it is, with like city life or with living with so many people with different ideas of how things should be done. So a lot of you are seriously considering moving, either your home or business or something like that, which is really interesting. Okay, I'm also seeing with the maiden, some of you, we see here looking down at the rabbit, if some of you are not pregnant or already a parent, You may be considering taking on a parental path in life, but again, wanting to have space to really grow and develop those children, or even if it's just puppies, like you want to foster puppies, or have a little plant nursery, or get into like growing your own foods, canning your own food, something like that. I'm seeing these ambitions, so many ideas that are still in this like seedling phase in your mind that you want to do, but it literally comes down to physical space, okay? And feeling like you have the space to do this. Maximize the space you already have, even if you literally just have a room to yourself. Make the most out of it. Keep it clean, keep it organized, keep it fresh. Speak positive intentions into the place that you are living. Treat your home with kindness and respect. You know, your home has a spirit. I created a whole video on this years ago. It's on my main channel about, you know, talking to the spirit of your home and how to manifest a new living situation. And you do that by literally making the most out of every like square inch of space in your home and just treating it so beautifully. All right, second row of cards out. This reading is going in so many different directions. We have the Two of Pentacles, or Two of Earth. Yeah, you're juggling a lot right now, a lot of responsibilities, and you're doing it beautifully, I can say. Like, you're multitasking beautifully. Your mind is wonderful because you remember a lot of things, and you're just on top of everything. You know, you're a really great leader. You're a really great person here who's in control. One thing that I'm seeing is that in the past, you may have connected with people who you really couldn't trust. And I was just telling someone else this in a reading for my main channel, but you know, one of the first steps to learning whether or not you can trust someone is by giving them very small tasks to do. Like, hey, you know, I was too busy. I had to run to work, and I know you come in later. Like, can you please grab me a breakfast, or even just an iced coffee would mean so much to me. I'll give you money, blah, 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 blah. And if they don't do that, or they make up some excuse, I mean, that's fine, but you now know you can't trust them to do something like that. And that's legitimately how you build trust in a healthy way, asking them to do small things for you. This has been a theme that's been coming up a lot for me recently this past week. It's starting to come through in the collective a lot. You know, it's one of the new collective themes, is learning how to build healthy trust with people, you know, and I'll give you a personal example of this. I was renovating my entire downstairs, and I had multiple people help me, and these are all friends. And one person in particular, who I'm not really friends with, but, you know, I know, they, like, disappeared the whole day, and then they felt bad for just hanging out and not doing anything, so they're like, oh, I mean, I guess I could help you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not even joking, they got paint all over, like, the ceilings, all over the floors. It was a giant mess. And the next morning when I saw all of it, I'm just sitting there with my mouth open. I'm like, I can't believe a full-grown adult would do this. And they literally acknowledged, they're like, oh yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. I was being real sloppy and reckless with it because I just wanted to get it done. And it's like, so, like, I was totally flabbergasted that they just told me that. And it's like, okay, I mean, screw me, I guess, you know? So that is an example of a small example of like, okay, I cannot trust you. You know, if I can't trust you with little things, how can I trust you with bigger things? And I know that's such a small example, but like, if you keep adding these examples up in a small way, you know you can't trust people with bigger things. You know, they're not competent enough to be trusted with bigger things. And I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. I feel like you're starting to really recognize who is trustworthy and who is not in your life, and that's going to help you out tremendously because you're going to be focusing on the people who are trustworthy and putting them in higher positions in your life. And also doing more for them and doing less for the people that you can't trust, you know? A lot of you're no longer making excuses for people that you can't trust either. It's like, oh my gosh, there's someone else in my life who has a Capricorn placement. I just remembered they're going through something so similar where they kept making excuse after excuse for the father of their child. And it's like she could ask him to do the very bare minimum, simplest thing that would benefit the child and her because they were living with each other for a while. Like, hey, like, I was running late, whatever. When I get home, like, can you just make sure that you know, take the baby's clothes out of the dryer and put them away? You know, something small like that. And this person, the father, literally just opened the dryer, saw that it was dry, and then closed it. And he's like, oh yeah, they're all dry. And didn't put any of the clothes away. And I remember hearing that story, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect example of what is going on in the collective right now. Like, we are all really being able to see without wearing rose-colored glasses how not trustworthy people are. And we don't look at that behavior and think, okay, I can't trust you. Because so many people use the phrase trustworthy towards the individuals lying. You know, you're not trustworthy because you lie straight to my face. But you never say, like, oh, the person who's constantly late to all the important events in my life, the person who constantly, like, goes over my boundaries, you don't view them as not trustworthy. But that's what they are. They're not trustworthy, you know? So I don't know. I think you're starting to really see people for who they are when it comes to trustworthiness. We have the King of Fire coming out in reverse here, right next to that energy. And, you know, this could be a fire sign, masculine energy, older. They don't have to be a man. They don't have to necessarily be older or a fire sign, but these are all most likely scenarios. And we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming out for this. And this is someone with a temper, honestly. Like, this is someone who they need to feel like they're in charge, they're important, and they micromanage the heck out of everything. Okay, now some of you guys are breaking out of this energy within yourself. And this is what I was trying to say. Like, you micromanaged, or like just were the type of person that's like, you know what, I'll just do everything on my own and stress myself out and burn myself out because if I ask someone else to do it, it's not going to get done the correct way. And I feel like that's what you're breaking out of within yourself. And you're learning to trust people who are trustworthy, but you're also learning to consciously identify who's not trustworthy. And this is a skill that you're now developing, which is going to be a lifesaver. And I love this. I love just how spirit seems to bring in these collective wisdoms and teachings like waves in these readings. This I guarantee you this theme will start showing up in other people's readings as well. Wow. And it's going to take so much stress off your shoulders, which is amazing because there is so many people in this world that are suffering from burnout because other people are not trustworthy and they're putting them in these positions of trustworthiness in their life. You know, no. We have the Four of Fire coming out. Ooh, reaching for the stars and going after your dreams, your goals. You know, there you have a vision. You have a vision of what you want to accomplish and you want it so badly. Your ambition is at an all-time high this week. And Spirit, the universe, is giving you the tools needed to manifest these ambitions. Okay, and these tools involve getting more active in a community of trustworthy individuals. You know, Pluto went into Aquarius back in January, life-changing transition, especially for cardinal signs like yourself. And I'm still seeing that energy coming forward more and more and more. There are amazing people coming into your life who want to collaborate with you, who want to help you out. And this could be in so many different ways. It could be in career, people wanting to do collaborations with you in your career or help you out in your career. This could also be in family. Like if you're a parent, this could be like a best friend acting like an aunt or uncle towards your kid and like really being like an amazing resource for them, another adult to help them grow and also giving you a break and also just taking you out without the kid and enjoying life. You know, a really awesome person in your village, you know, soul tribe energy. That is what's coming in towards you, a lot more help. People who are just going to support you and nurture you and help you grow in so many different ways. That's what the universe is bringing you. They're bringing you soulmates that'll help you on your path towards whatever it is that you're trying to manifest here, your ambitions. And these are people that you're charmed by, you have good chemistry with, you just enjoy being with them. They're very fun to be around. And life gets easier. That's what I'm seeing. I've been seeing this message of life getting easier for you for like months now. Ever since that Pluto went into Aquarius, you know, which brought a lot of you to my channel, ironically. Life gets easier. And this lesson of knowing who to trust, who not to trust, is going to be such a huge part of that. Because you're no longer going to feel like, oh, I need to do everything on my own. And you feeling like I need to do everything on my own, it was a very subconscious thing, you know? It's not something you consciously were saying to yourself or maybe even realized for the longest time. But you were burning yourself out and a lot of you were experiencing isolation and, you know, you're just making it easier on yourself. You're freeing yourself. And this will cause so much just new possibility, new potential to enter your life, which is amazing. Not to mention, there is a lot of passion around you, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Capricorns, indulged in some passionate temptation this week. Obviously, it won't resonate for every single person watching, but I am seeing that. Also, make sure you get out into nature at some point and enjoy what nature has to offer, the changing of the seasons. It's so magical, and there's a lot of fertility in your life right now, beyond just physical fertility, but there's a lot that's growing for you, so definitely enjoy it. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Sorry if this reading was very chaotic, especially in the beginning of it. Gotta get focused. And like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Doing all of these things helps the channel out more than you know. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.